Hello, and welcome back to King Note Gaming. It is I, King Note, and today's build is the Alien Temple on Java, which this is probably the build that I look the most forward to, because I love ancient aliens and weird stuff like that. I mean, you could probably look at my past islands and figure that out. Anyway, I'm using my lava rock path here, and this is also going to be my rock garden. This took a while. You can probably figure out why. But here I'm kind of figuring out where I want the rocks to be with that dirt tile. And yeah, this build basically finished a huge chunk of this island just to prevent rocks from spawning in the wrong places, because I do finish the rock garden in this build. So I'm basically done with Java, like the mainland part of Java, when recording this. So I'm trying to finish the island ASAP. Not to mention, summer is basically over, so I want my summer islands to be done. I want to move on to my autumnal islands. Anyway, yeah. It's a huge amount of space, too, up here on this cliff, and it's mostly jungle, because this is a Junglecore island, so, yeah. Took me a minute to decide where I wanted all the rocks and stuff, but I think it turned out pretty good. I always say that at the beginning of a build. Anyway, but yeah, here I'm going around just planting as many things as possible. And as you can see, I'm time traveling a lot during this process. Obviously, I need to get the rocks to spawn in the correct places, and that involves breaking rocks, putting more things where the rocks were. I wanted to finish as much as possible in this build anyway, so you know it works out. Also, while time traveling, I guess Java became a 5-star island, so that's pretty cool. I'm planting a tree first, but I did see that in the background, which is pretty cool, you know? Nice to get a 5-star island without even thinking about it. That's how I tend to get them, honestly. I just build things and then it happens. Back to the build itself, I also put a lot of little path things around, so using my lava rock path here to make little squares, so it kind of like leads you from the main path off to this path to the side, so you can see those hop rocks over there and see a different view of the volcano. But yeah, I went all over the place with this build. It wasn't just that one section. It was truly like, okay, let's finish the mainland as much as possible. I think the only things I really need to do are the beaches, which of course I always leave the beaches to the very last, but, you know, because I was trying to finish that rock garden, I decided, you know what, I'm just going to decorate anywhere where rocks can spawn, and I'm eventually going to need to get some more rope ladders, specifically the vine ladders, because those look the nicest. But yeah, I gotta get more of those, because I don't want to use a ton of inclines. Inclines are not the best for this island, not just because of the spacing of everything, but also because, you know, it's an island that's not really one that has a lot of development. It's a mostly wild island, and you know, the villagers that live here don't really have access to a lot of carpentry and, like, whatnot. I have, like, a couple of inclines, but they're both wood, and obviously you can get wood pretty easily on a tropical island. The coconut trees give you a lot of wood, so hey. I try to, like, include that little logic stuff into my build process, because I want to make sure it is realistic for the vibes I'm going for. And here I'm adding in some more little square path areas. I really like how that lava rock path turned out. The lava path itself was probably my favorite. You can see that in the volcano build. But yeah, I like 9-tile paths. I don't know why I didn't make them sooner in my career of Animal Crossing, but hey, you know. And then I used the lava rock path here to make a little platform area. And then I added some vines and decayed trees to the area, also more plants, like potted plants. I tried to put them behind the bushes as usual, so they look like they're growing out of the ground from most angles. And I really like those giant vines a lot, too. And of course, the Titan Irams are really good. The 2.0 update really gave us so many good items. And then, of course, I had to add another bush there in front of that. What was it, like the ficus or something? Scheffela, I think that's what that one is. And I planted a whole bunch of stuff. Like, honestly, these kind of jungle islands usually go pretty fast for me. If I'm, actually working on them a lot. I have been taking a lot of time off of Animal Crossing while recording. Like, obviously it's not gonna make any difference to you guys because you just got a full month's worth of videos, and I've been scheduling videos after that too, so... But yeah, in real time, I have not really been playing much Animal Crossing. I've been working really hard on that Stardew video, which I'm confirming it is coming out this month. So, if you made it this far, here's your little treat for making it this far. But the Stardew video is gonna come out on the 23rd. Alright? Cool. But yeah, oh, I love just like cluttering up this area with all of the bamboo, all of the palm trees. The glowing moss is so good. I do have a time that's going to be the dream address, and it's going to be stormy, so that's going to look really good with all the glowing items. And now we're finally working on the temple proper. So obviously I'm using the museum and kind of covering it up to be the alien temple. And I decided to put the gazebo over there because it made more sense, and then I go back and forth because I want the ancient statues, the fake ones specifically, so they have like glowing eyes and stuff, to be like, little aliens. I ended up putting a skeleton there just to say, hey, look, this is dangerous. I don't know why Drift is over here. He's having fun. But anyway, it is a warning like, hey, yo, you shouldn't go in there. There's booby traps. It's not a good place to be. And I really love the stone lanterns, too. But yeah, we're getting close to the end here. I did a lot of just putting stuff in the jungly area. I wanted it to be as dense as possible, because I love me some thick jungle. And obviously it's meant to be viewed from afar. You technically can go out into the jungly parts if you really want to. And then here I'm adding in the space control panel to make it more alien coded, and I think it turned out awesome. I love the green. It's a very good contrast to the red, because this island is primarily red, and red and green are complementary colors, so... nerdy artist talk, I guess. Anyway. But yeah, we're getting close to the end here. I decided to put some tall lanterns and, like, other little things by the bridges. The diagonal bridges are such a vibe, though. I loved how those turned out. And of course, I added some leaf piles, some glowing moss stools, just whatever else I could add to the area to make it feel more finished. And I decided on the ruined decorated pillars, and then I wanted to see what it looked like when I came up here. I also got a couple of bug models, specifically some butterfly models. The Olmec head looks really cool back there, and then I had to add in a whole bunch of tiki torches, because those are another staple item of this island. But yeah, we're almost to the outro here. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I will see you in the next one, whenever that is. Enjoy the glamour shots.